Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing the full card breakdown and in detailed predictions for UFC Fight Night London. There's no need to say UFC Vegas. Usually I'd say that, but UFC Vegas 50, I'd say that. But you can't really say it because it's Vegas. UFC Fight Night London, Volkov versus Aspinall takes place this weekend. I'm going to go for the entire card. Full card breakdown. It's a great card. I don't think this is the right layout. I'm just going to do the predictions. Starting with the early prelim opener of Jai Herbert versus Ilia Topuria. Yeah, it's not the right layout, but it's for predictions, But even if this is the layout, whatever. I'm going to go for Ilia Topuria over Jai Herbert here to open up this card by first round KO badly over Jai Herbert. I think this is a pretty easy pick to do. I don't get how he's that big of a favorite to Topuria. Like, Herbert actually has a good chance of winning this. He's actually a pretty good fighter overall. Just that chin, man. And his chin and the ground game is just a little bit bad as well. 33 years old. Probably not going to be anything in his career. And there's proof of him having a bad chin. Trinaldo hit him on the forehead. I know it's a big shot, but, Trinaldo was looking down while doing it. Moicano, I know a great guy and submission guy and a jiu-jitsu expert, but he took him down pretty easily. And against Worthy's not really a great win, but he was also getting cracked in that fight, and he just showed a better chin than Worthy. I'm going to go for... I know Topuria's taking this on short notice. Maybe Herbert can slow him down in the later rounds, but I think Topuria, he's been looking good. Moving up to lightweight, which is just annoying to me, but his Ryan Hall win is aging well since Hall just bounced back against Derek Minner. His Damon Jackson was really good as well since Jackson just won last week. I think he goes out there and KOs Herbert in the first round. Moving on up the card, Nathaniel Wood versus Vince Morales. I'm going to go with Nathaniel Wood here, destroying Vince Morales. I think this is a pretty easy prediction again. I think Nathaniel Wood... I think he's very good, man. The prospect, he's a very good fighter. 28 years old. I think he's really good, Nathaniel Wood. Very good. I thought he won that one. I thought he won that fight against Casey Kenny. I thought he clearly won that fight against Casey Kenny. But you know what I like about Nathaniel Wood? I think he's very good, and I think he has really aging good wins. I think his wins age well. Like, it's not Jose Alberto Quiona's win doesn't age well at all. Andre Yule not really aging well, but that John Castaneda win, man. Very good aging win. Very good aging win. John Castaneda beat Eddie One, then beat Miles Johns just recently and finished Miles Johns. But yeah, that Casey Kenny fight, he won that fight. Casey Kenny's a guy that goes to close decisions with guys like Song Yadong, who just won. Dominic Cruz, And I think Vince Morales, he's a good fighter, but he's not crazy, He could have lost that one against Draco Rodriguez. I thought he slightly won, but it could have been to Draco Rodriguez. Rodriguez is not that good. Knocked out Luis Mocha. I think you have to have big power to beat Nathaniel Wood, like a John Dodson. I know he KO'd Smoka, but he was making it competitive with Smoka in that fight, and Smoka's not really having it anymore. I think Wood will chop up his legs early on in the first round. Eventually TKO him. We see Chris Gutierrez chop him up. I think. Oh, chop his legs up. That's kind of weird. I think Nathaniel Wood can as well. Moving on up the card, Elise Reed versus Cory Mckenna. I'm gonna go with Cory Mckenna here over Elise Reed. I think this fight's going to be a pretty boring fight. If I'm honest with you, I'm going to go with Cory Mckenna here over Elise Reed. I just can't get over that last one against Reed. I can't get over Reed's last fight, man. I just can't get over it. I can't get over it. Ciara Eubanks destroyed her. It wasn't even close. I know it was, 2 weight divisions above. Listen. I know she was, above, another... I know she was I think she was above a weight class, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she was above a weight class. I understand completely, but she got destroyed by Eubanks, man. Destroyed. Like, badly. She is a good fighter, though. She went to a close decision with Jasmine Jasudavicius, a girl that's also really good. I'm gonna go with Cory Mckenna. I think she is a very good fighter. Very good fighter. She beat Kay Hansen in her last fight. I know she could have lost to Kay Hansen, which isn't a good sign. But I'm telling you here, like, that isn't a good sign whatsoever. But come on, like, and she went to a close decision with Demopoulos and Hansen. But she's improving in her career. She took a 2 years off now, like a year and a half off now. So I think she's improving. I think she'll go out there and get a close decision. I'll say 29-28 split decision over Elise Reed. I wouldn't be surprised if she gets a submission, but she hasn't got one since 2019. I'll go for her decision. Moving on up the card, Mike Grundy versus Makwan Amirkhani. I'm gonna go with Mike Grundy over Makwan Amirkhani. I think this is Amirkhani's career done. I think he's kind of done at this point in his career. He got KO'd really, really badly by Laurel Murphy, and he hasn't been looking great. You know, his only win was Danny Henry. Maybe this is the fight where he gets like one of these anaconda chokes. But I think Grundy will play it smart. You know, I think he'll play it smart here. We've seen him get grappled by Kumala Kirk, Edson Barboza, and those guys together just got dominated in their matchup. Kumala Kirk last weekend just got dominated by Damon Jackson. Barboza the weekend before got dominated by Bryce Mitchell. And Murphy was looking good against Murphy, but eventually got caught by the knee. Got put down out cold really, really badly as well. Like, that was like a career-changing KO. And lost to Shane Burgos as well. And he hasn't really had a great gas tank altogether. And yeah, I like Grundy, man. He's a very good fighter. He knows what to do, and he knows what to do. And he's in there. And he's fought great opponents like Evloev. Movsar Evloev is a beast. Lana Venata is also a beast in that division. Like at featherweight at least. And it was a pretty competitive fight with Venata and Evloev. And I think he can beat a guy like Makwan Amirkhani. Evloev, he made it close there. Got off grappled in the moments. Same with Venata. Kind of scolded him on the feet. But against Nandi Rahmani, look good with the stand-up. And I think the first round, maybe Makwan tries to go for some anacondas. Grundy's safe and calm. Second round, Grundy starts doing a bit better. Close round still. Third round, gets like a third round standing TKO finish. Definitely going to be going with him here. Moving on up the card. And also, Amirkhani, I know he looked good in the third round against Barboza, but I think Barboza just knew, you know what, I won this fight already. Moving on up the card, though. Muhammad Mikaya versus Cody Durden. The debut of Muhammad Mikaya is here. And I'm going to pick him to beat Cody Durden here. But I don't think this is some easy bump for him. Easy win. No chance this Durden guy wins. This is going to be a tough matchup for him, I think. Mikhail, it's not like he's just Chimaev. Hamzat Chimaev just destroying this guy one by one. No, he the Punisher, he's very good. But he has mistakes in some fights. Like, he had an accidental groin kick against Ibrahim Nazruzov. But he looked good against Blaine O'Driscoll in his last fight. He looks good. Brave FC looks really good. But he has trouble here and there with the grappling, which you won't be surprised. Well, what the heck is this? I don't even know what that is. But yeah, he has an amateur career as well. Really, a lot of amateur careers. He is a very good fighter. I think he's going to go out there and win against Cody Durden, but tough. Durden's pretty decent himself. Looked good against Jimmy Flick before getting submitted out of nowhere after flying triangle. But yeah, against Aori Kalang, he just overtook him with the cardio as well. And he looked good against Chris Gutierrez as well. I'm going to go for like a 29-28. Close decision, unanimous decision from Mikaya, winning the first 2 rounds. I mean, Durden's good though, but I think Mikaya can win it. Moving on up the card. Molly McCann versus Luana Carolina. I so far picked all the UK fighters, right? Mikaya, Grundy, McKenna. It's around that area. Wood. I picked Tapiria. Hopefully Herbert beats him though. I'm gonna go with Molly McCann here. It's risky though. I'm gonna go Molly McCann here though over Luana Carolina. I think that fight against Jeon Kim, like she already faced that competition. If you notice, like she faced that rangy opponent. If this was after the Laura Procopio fight, maybe I'd pick Carolina, but I don't know. It's just Jeon Kim's really good, and if Jeon Kim and Carolina fought, I'd probably pick Kim to beat her. Kim's a very good fighter that could have won against Priscilla Cachoeira in that fight. But she's faced that competition already. She already faced that competition. I know she lost to Jillian Robertson back in her career, but she's a very good fighter. If people remember, Taylor Santos is fighting for the title next against Shevchenko. Procopio, maybe she could look at that one back. Procopio is also a pretty good, decent fighter. Carolina's good, but I don't see her winning. Like Poliana Botello. She looked good there, but Botello also has no gas tank. Godinez also has she has a pretty good win there, but she could have actually lost that fight. And Ariane Lipski, I think she beat Cachoeira, which is pretty decent, but I think Molly McCann's gonna scrap on the feet and make it messy, and I think this is gonna confuse Carolina a little bit. And I'm actually gonna go for a TKO from Molly McCann here. I think Carolina will get messed up. I think she'll just and she's good. I think she'll just get messed up on the feet, kind of be weirded out from the big weirdness from big power weirdness from McCann. Belbito's a good win. Lipski's a good win. Cachoeira is a good win as well. I think she's a very good fighter. And she will win this fight. We'll see though. But I think Molly McCann has the grappling to fall back on as well. And I think Molly McCann's going to go out there and win by, I'm going to say decision. I think it'll be a close fight that McCann gets the better of by just landing the bigger shots and more of the shots. I think Carolina will land more shots, but the bigger shots will go to McCann. And the takedowns will go to McCann as well. Carolina also has good clinch in that, but I think McCann's going to get the better of it. Close decision. I wouldn't be surprised if Carolina I wouldn't be surprised. I think McCann will win, but I wouldn't be surprised if they give it to her anyways, just for the hell of it. Moving on up the card to the headliner of the prelims, which is Jack Shore versus Timur Valiev. I'm definitely going to be going with Jack Shore here. I like Jack Shore, man. I really do like Jack Shore. I like Timur Valiev as well. Valiev's actually really good. He's 18-2 for a reason. I'm going to go Jack Shore, though, winning this one. 58-0, Jack Shore. Jack Tank Shore. I think that's it. Unless it's Tank Jack Shore. I think it's Jack Tank Shore. I'm picking him to win this fight. He's just really good, man. Really good fighter, Jack Shore. Destroyed Ludovic Shalinian in his last fight with like a torn shoulder in that one as well. Looked really good against Hunter Azure. But Hunter Azure was looking good in that fight, but Jack Shore eventually needed to get the takedowns he needed. And Hunter Azure is a very good fighter in that division, very good wrestler in that. And beat Phillips and Hernandez here. I think Valiev, you know what? I think Shore actually has underrated stand-up as well, which I needed to mention. Timur Valiev's 32. Jack Shore, I think, is 25, 27. Very good fighter still. But Valiev, he kind of has like a chin issue, Bit of a chin issue. You thought like, oh, he was some beast for beating Hani Barcelos. It was a draw. I think that fight was a draw. I think Timur Valiev was winning. I think one of the rounds. I think Timur Valiev got 2 10-9 rounds. Barcelos got 1 10-8 round. Should have been a draw, but recently Victor Henry just destroyed Hani Barcelos. So, not really aging too well of a win anymore. You know, beat Martin Day, but that's nothing. Martin Day's not really that great. And also got KO'd by Trevin Jones, so he can get KO'd here and there. I can maybe see a short KO, but I don't think his stand-up is that great to KO a guy like Timur Valiev. Valiev was destroying Jones before then. It was a no contest, weird reason. But yeah, he lost to Chris Gutierrez early in his career as well. Timur Valiev eventually got him back. And yeah, I think he's gonna go out there. Jack Shore. Maybe lose the first round, but slightly win the second. And maybe get like a third round rear naked choke. Or maybe, you know what? If Ludovic Shalini can survive, I think Valiev can as well. I'll go for like a 29-27 or 29-28. I'll go for like the last 2 rounds for sure. First round goes to Valiev. Valiev is taking this on short notice. I think the original opponent was Nurmagomedov. Yeah. It was supposed to be that. I would have been way better, but I like this one as well. I'm definitely going to be going with Jack Shore here. Moving on up the card to the main card. Nikita Krylov versus Paul Craig. I'm going to go for Nikita Krylov here over Paul Craig. I like Paul Craig, and I really liked him for beating Jamal Hill. That was a pretty decent win. And he beat Magomed Ankalaev back earlier in his career. But I just don't like his mindset. Like I originally when this fight was signed, I was like, you know what, maybe Craig. I don't know. I was like back and forth because Krylov's very good. I'm not just picking. Craig says he's gonna retire when he's 35, and basically I looked his birthday up in November. I don't like that mindset, and that's red flags for me. You know, red flags. And I was like, you know what, I'm picking Krylov. That's not why I'm picking Krylov. I think Krylov's actually just really good. In general, like, not just his grappling, his stand-up's really good as well. Paul Craig is pretty chinny, man. Like, if he fought Jamal Hill in a rematch, I'd say Jamal Hill beats him. Since Hill just beat Crute and Walker. Jimmy Crute and Johnny Walker just recently. But Adrian Love a good win. So is the Magomed Ankalaev win. But how good is Shogun Hua? How good is Gatsby Murad Tigilov? Went to a draw of Hua as well. Beat Maria. Vinicius Maria is trash. So this Shukwu is all pretty good. But Ankalaev, you know, he's chinny, man. You've seen Menafield sleep him. Jimmy Crute destroyed him on the ground. And he can get beaten on the ground. Like, we've seen Ankalaev beat him on the ground, man. Like, I'm going to go Nikita Krylov here. Went to a close decision with Magomed Ankalaev himself. And without grappling Ankalaev. So I say Krylov's going to be... I think the first round... I think the first minute... I don't know. I think Nikita Krylov's going to win here. By first round KO. We've seen Craig have a bad chin. He beat Walker. And that Teixeira fight. Let me mention that Teixeira fight before I move on. Really close fight with Teixeira. Teixeira, you know why Teixeira won that fight? It's not robbery or anything. He had one good position at the end, which the judges favored. That right there could not make Teixeira champion. That right there would have... If Nikita Krylov... If he had one good position... If he landed two more... 1-2... Teixeira's not champion. You would have saw Jan Blachowicz still champion. But yeah, lost to Jan Blachowicz. Speaking of Jan Blachowicz, lost to Jan Blachowicz there. But MMA doesn't work. He had it was first return to the UFC in that. I'm gonna go for Nikita Krylov winning this one. By first round KO. I think that similar to Gegard Mousasi, Thiago Santos, big shot, catches Craig, big shots on big ground pound. Craig's done. retire. If you would like to retire, Nikita Krylov wins. And I think he wins it. I think he's really good. Moving on up the card, Shamil Abdurakhimov versus Sergey Pavlovich. I'm gonna go for Sergey Pavlovich over Shamil Abdurakhimov. Shamil Abdurakhimov is just not good anymore, man. He used to be pretty decent, but it's like this one shot and it's over. I think you have a better. I think against Sergey Pavlovich, you have to have a pretty good ground game. We saw this against Alistair Overeem, destroyed him on the ground. But how really good is Murray Screen and Marcelo Golm at this point? I don't really know. But yeah, lots of cancellations. So it's going to be like a 2.5-year layoff here for Pavlovich. And he's 29. Honestly, I don't think Abdurakhimov has it anymore. 40 years old. Coming off a brutal KO knockout loss to Chris Daukaus really badly. And you want to say he got knocked out badly on the feet, got destroyed on the ground by Curtis Blades. And I think he beat Arlovsky and Tybura, which is a good win, but I think Sergey Pavlovich is going to win this fight. I'm pretty confident in him as well. Unless Abdurakhimov has some grappling game, I don't see Pavlovich getting KO'd. I'm going to go with, I'm going to believe fights. Hopefully he actually comes up and shows up in fights, because he's very good. And his physique is really good as well. 6'3", 253 pounds. Very good fighter. Eagle MMA Academy. Very good fighter, man. He's a very good fighter. I think he wins it. Moving on up the card, I'm going for Pavlovich. First round KO. And I think Shamil should just go and quit after. Gunnar Nelson versus Takashi Sato. I'm going to go with Gunnar Nelson here. Risky, though. It's risky. Because Takashi Sato has a lot of power, which people don't look at. He does have a lot of power. Take that Sanford MMA. Beat Miguel Baeza in his last fight. Or, he didn't beat him. He lost to Miguel Baeza, and you can see there's a kind of trend, you know. He loses by submission, but he also gets KOs here and there. Miguel Baeza, he lost to, get submitted. Bilal Muhammad gets submitted there as well. But beats guys like Ben Saunders and Jason Witt, who don't have the best chins. And he got submitted back then, not in the UFC, by Clisio Franca. I think Gunnar Nelson wins it. Long layoff coming into this Gunny Nelson. But you see his losses, man. Look at his losses. Gilbert Burns, fighting Hamzat Chimaev now. Leon Edwards about to fight for the title against Usman. You know, he's supposed to fight Claudio Silva. I don't know. I just think Sato's going to lose. I think when the rounds go on, it's going to get worse and worse for him. Take it on short notice as well. And he's from Japan. This is in London. So, like, he's in Florida, but, like, I think he's from Tokyo, Japan. Nelson's closer to London, I think. Oh, I don't want to. Sorry. I think. I'm not confident. Actually, it is. I think it is, but I don't know. Both not English, I guess. But Oliveira, I think it will go similar to the Alex Oliveira fight. He did get stopped by Ponzinibbio, which was really bad, and Maya's a guy that fought the title against, like, Silva and Woodley, so, like, well, you can't say much there. Like, I think he's gonna go out there and there is a layoff coming into this, like a 2.5-year layoff, but I think he's gonna go out there and win. Easier opponent as well in Takashi Sato. I know Claudio Silva. Actually, I don't know. Claudio Silva doesn't have power, but he's also hard to finish. Sato has power, but he also is easier to finish, you know? But, yeah, I think he'll get dropped really badly, Nelson, in this fight. I don't think this will be easy for him. But, yeah, I'm gonna go with, definitely go for Nelson there, getting, like, a submission in the third round. Late second round, early third. Moving on up the card to the feature fight of the card, which is Paddy Pimlet versus Rodrigo Vargas. I'm going to go for Paddy Pimlet here over Rodrigo Vargas. I think this is a pretty easy win for him. Vargas is good. He is a good fighter. 36 years old though. Cause if he does win against Pimlet, it'll be annoying. Cause like he's 36. He lost to Brock Weaver, even though it was an illegal knee. And he was destroying Brock Weaver. He still lost, and that was on him. Lost to Alex Silva as well. Daniel Lacerda, or that's different. I keep thinking like Alex Silva and Daniel Lacerda, or Daniel. I don't know, whatever. Alex Silva, the guy that lost to Brad Riddell. But last fight against Zhu Rong. Look at him that fight against Zhu Rong. We now have seen Zhu Rong to have that savageness to him, like a Pimlet does, and that star power. We've seen him just lose to Ignacio Bahamondes. I think Pimlet's gonna go out there and win. He now knows what it's like in the UFC. He beat Luigi Ventimiglia after getting cracked here and there. But like, I don't like he's really good. He's a really good fighter. And people are saying, but after the first round, it's not gonna go Paddy's way. Paddy has good cardio, man. He against Storm back. Against I think he injured himself in that fight. Showed good cardio. He has good cardio, has a good chin. I hate when he says scouses don't get knocked out. But like he got, I think it was against Stephen Martin. Stephen Martin cracked him so hard, and like it looks like he slept for a second. He got an elbow at the end, which saved him, and it was a cut doctor stoppage. He won. But yeah, I think he's gonna go out there and win. Looking against Luigi Ventimiglia. First crowd for him. Vargas in his last fight was in a crowd. I think he's gonna go out there and win. First round submission. People think he's a KO artist because like he said he was gonna get KO and he did get KO. But he has good jiu-jitsu, and I think he's gonna go out there. I think Vargas is gonna try to go for a clinch. Paddy Pimlet will sweep him. Vargas will I think Pimlet will pound him out. I think Vargas will turn around, punch him around the ear from Pimlet and back flat and get the rear naked choke. Vargas will give it up. Pimlet wins, moves on. Moving on up the card. To the co-main event, Arnold Allen versus Dan Hooker. I'm gonna go for Arnold Allen here. You know what? By first round KO, I'm taking him. First round KO. I like Arnold Allen. I really do like Arnold Allen. I haven't mentioned him on my channel ever before. Almighty Arnold Allen, because he hasn't fought in a while. I didn't do UFC videos since last time he fought, but really good, man. Arnold Allen's really good. Just beat Sadiq Youssef back basically a year ago when the fight date comes. A year ago. Youssef just won last night. Yeah, last night against Alex Caceres, so that's an aging well win. Nick Lentz, Gilbert Melendez, Jordan Rinaldi. I guess those aren't aging the best. Matt Burnell, that's aging good though. Matt Burnell, good fighter. Matt Burnell is looking really good lately. He just lost to Adam Boric, so never mind. That was really annoying. Why did he lose that fight? Whatever though. Oh yeah, he lost points. I forgot. But I think he's gonna go out there and beat Dan Hooker. We've seen Hooker get dominated in round 1 before. Makhachev destroyed him in round 1. Islam Makhachev destroyed him in round 1. And Allen's really good, man. Really good jiu-jitsu. Really good stand-up. Really skilled with his stand-up. Looked awesome against Youssef. We see Makhachev. I don't think he verbally tapped or screamed against Makhachev, but he was probably gonna get his arm ripped off anyways and get destroyed by Makhachev. Haqparast is not Allen, man. I'm saying this. And Chandler KO'd him in round 1. Poirier went to a war with him in Felder. And Barbosa beat him up pretty badly as well. If anything, I thought he was gonna move up to welterweight, if anything, but he's moving back down to featherweight. Don't see his chin being there. Allen, I think, boom, boom, 1-2. Down goes Hooker. Big ground pound shot. It'll be a weird stoppage. Like Hooker, like, oh, what? I'm so good. But yeah, Allen will beat him. First round KO. Moving on up the card to the main event. Alexander Volkov versus Tom Aspinall. I'm going to go for Tom Aspinall here over Alexander Volkov. I changed my prediction. When the fight got announced, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna go Volkov. Maybe Aspinall doesn't really see it. Maybe it's just too soon for him. But I think Aspinall's gonna win. I changed my prediction. I think he's gonna go out there. And again, I think he'll get an early KO over Volkov. He does have the wrestling to fall back on. And he could use that. But I think he's just gonna get an early KO. We've seen Volkov. Haven't been looking the best. If he looked like what he looked at against Marcin Tybura, I think Aspinall wins, and I think that's what he's gonna look like. If he looks like what he was against Overeem, he's definitely gonna win. But it's different at this point now. Aspinall, Overeem. Aspinall probably KOs Overeem out cold at this point. And how good is Walt Harris Overeem at this point? Tybura. Gone, just lost and then gone, you know. Blaze didn't look that great against Rosenstrike. Lewis just got knocked out cold by Tai Tuivasa, so you know, Hardy's not even in there anymore, so you gotta look at that. You know? And people say, you know what, all the pressure's on Aspinall. All the pressure's on Volkov, in a way. Because, like, if he loses this, like, you can't just keep winning, losing again. Like, this, like, oh, he did got 2-fight winning streak here, but I don't know. I think Aspinall, if he loses, like, I know this is, but Volkov has all the Russian-Ukraine stuff now. Yeah, he's gonna be fighting, I think. But Aspinall, if he loses, you know, rebound, maybe you can say, oh, a bit too soon. 28 years old. I can come back. Congrats, Volkov, you won. And yeah, it's just Aspinall. I think he looks good. His wins are aging well. Most best age wins in the UFC, I think. I thought Jake Collier was just a hell of himself. I thought he was just some bum. He just good win Aspinall. We kind of expected that. Jake Collier's going on to look good. Jake Collier's looking really good lately. Alan Badeau arguably could have won against Porter, but not really. He didn't really win against Porter. So I guess that one is not the best. But Arlovsky. I thought, you know what, Arlovsky's career is kind of done at this point. Turns out, no. Arlovsky still doing the damn thing, man. Winning fights. Just beat Jared Bandera. Sergey Spivak. I thought, you know what, Spivak's just lower down levels. Just destroyed Greg Hardy and made him get cut from the UFC. So he's looking good, Tom Aspinall, and I think he'll get a standing TKO. Volkov covers up. I think Aspinall lands a big right hand, rocks Volkov, standing TKO. Volkov's coming up, it's over. Fight back, Alexander, fight back! It's over. Aspinall wins, crowd goes crazy, and let's go. And I know this is the first time for Aspinall in a crowd. I know he had a crowd in Cage Warriors, but it's not the same, man. Not the same at all. But I think he wins it. Maybe Volkov does good early on, but late first round TKO for Aspinall. I feel like he wins it. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. This is the full card breakdown for UFC London, UFC Fight Night London, Volkov versus Aspinall. And yeah, peace out, guys. Woo! Peace out.